Hi Leos. This is exactly why I said I needed to shoot all the videos before Mercury went retrograde. It's late, I'm sorry. Sick again. Keep getting sick, but nonetheless, here I am. So let's get your reading done, and let's see what's coming up for Leos for December 2017. I always say this in every Leo reading that I do, but I love you guys so much. I really do. I love you guys so much. Okay, Four of Pentacles. I'm also using a new deck. It's called the Ghetto Tarot. And it's a tarot deck that was made by this woman named Alice Smeets. And she is a Northern European photographer. I think she's maybe Swedish. I can't remember. I don't remember exactly where she's from. But she went to Haiti, and she worked with this group of Haitian artists and created this photographic interpretation of the Rider-Waite deck. And so all of the images have Haitian actors and models in them. And so I love this deck. So I'm gonna try and use this deck from here on out. So Four of Pentacles and Page of Brooms coming out. So I feel that there's something that y'all are trying to communicate, but there's also like this sort of holding back energy, or it's almost as if you're holding your tongue, or you're being very mindful about what you communicate, what you sort of say to people, which makes a lot of sense because we have Mercury going retrograde in Sagittarius, which is a fellow fire sign of yours, and that is occurring in your Leo, your 5th house. So I feel that a lot of you are definitely, so there might be some sort of setbacks regarding creativity, regarding romance, some setback, like just don't make any concrete plans regarding any kind of creative projects at the moment. Just let things play out. But I do feel that a lot of you, because we're having Mercury go retrograde in Sag, and Sag is really all about honest communication, bluntness, like to the point of like bordering on kind of being like almost kind of rude, but like it's honest, right? That I feel that a lot of us in general, like the energy is like be mindful of what you say, be mindful of what you communicate. There might be some things that you're trying to say because we have the Page of Brooms here as well, the Page of Wands. So I feel that there's a lot that like there's some holding back. There's holding back that's occurring right now because this coming out is like the first hit on your energy kind of concerns me in the sense of like, what are you holding back on? And are you holding back out of fear? Are you holding back because you're trying to convince yourself that you're content with what you have right now, right? That if you were to say something, right, that you might lose one of these pentacles, but losing them might be good for you because then it allows other things to come in. So let's find out. What else is going on for Leo for December? The Hierophant, or the Emperor, excuse me, I'm sorry. The Chariot. So yeah, we have the Emperor and the Chariot here. The Emperor, I love these cards. The Chariot and the Three of Wands has also popped out. So yeah, I feel that there's an idea, there's something that a lot of you are trying to push forward on. There's something that you all are seeing in the horizon. And I feel that it's a goal that you have regarding work or regarding a career change. I think last month we talked about this notion of you all kind of changing your status, right? And I feel like now a lot of you are really kind of harnessing that energy of shifting and moving into new opportunities, and like where can those opportunities take you? Like how far can these opportunities take you, right? Like what, I feel like a lot of you are sort of envisioning, right? There could be an Aries in the midst that you are that you need to communicate something to, maybe even a Cancer, but I'm really feeling that this is kind of energies that you all are trying to really embody and play with this month. So let's see what else is coming up for Leos for the month of December 2017. So I got sick again, and who do you think came and brought me medicine? A Leo. Who do you think made me laugh? A Leo. Six of Wands. So I feel that a lot of you are just like on this tip of like, I'm not some motherfuckers over. I don't care. Like I feel like a lot of you feel really, and even if you're not exerting this powerfully, because here, let's take a look at the cards, right? So we have these really powerful cards. Sorry, the screen is kind of blurred. Let me clean it quickly. Hold on, sorry. That's much better. Okay, now you can actually see the cards without blur. So we have a lot of these really powerful energies. We have the Emperor, the Chariot, Three of Wands, Six of Wands. This is a reading of somebody who's really feeling incredibly powerful, or who's surrounded by really powerful energies at the time, right? The Emperor is the king of all kings. The Emperor is the utmost leader, right? All the kings bow down to the Emperor, just as all the queens bow down to the Empress, right? And the Emperor is also about being able to really be pragmatic with your work and to really sort of think about, not that you're thinking about people, places, and things as pawns in your game, but that you're being very mindful of the dynamics, the power dynamics that are happening between you and other people, and you're using them to your advantage, right? Like, if you're meeting powerful people, if you're meeting people that have connections, if you're meeting people that can help you spark off these creative ideas, like, you're going for it, and you're shamelessly going for it, right? Like shamelessly promoting yourself, shamelessly putting yourself in situations where, like, you know, you can have the upper hand, right? And it's not like you're doing it to take advantage of people, but you're doing it in a way because you know, like, I need to get on my game, I have things that I'm trying to do. Then we have the Chariot next door, so it's like you're harnessing this power and then taking it with you and making moves. Like, a lot of you are making moves career-wise this month. A lot of you, I feel like, are really feeling very empowered, but not everybody might read that off the bat because we still have this Four of Pentacles energy. So there's still this air of, you know, like, this to me is kind of like a poker face card as well. Not so much like the Seven of Swords reads as like wearing a disguise, but it's more so like you're containing yourself, or you're like self-preservation to the max, right? And sometimes that can be a bad thing because when we self-preserve too much, we miss out on opportunities that required for us to be a little bit more outgoing and to play our heart, to play our cards a little bit more openly. But I feel like a lot of you are also recognizing, like, right now I kind of got to play it cool. I have to hold on to what I have. Maybe there's some stuff that you're thinking about going forward with, but you don't want to tell anybody about it for fear that you're going to get rejected or that other people might take your ideas, because you've got some good ideas right now. Page of Brooms, Page of Wands, really good ideas that are happening that really have the capacity to bring you to a level that you really want to go to. And this reading, I definitely, you know, for Leo risings too, right? I think, you know, rising signs are very, very important when, especially if you're a Leo rising, right? So looking at, because you have that sun energy happening in your first house, right? So I feel like that a lot of you have a lot of really great potential. Definitely holding back on expressing that or letting people know what's going on. So let's see what else is coming up for Leos for December 2017. Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, really great opportunities. This reading just keeps getting better. I'm really happy because the first couple of readings that I ever did for Leo on YouTube just felt that a lot of you were struggling with trying to figure out what it is that you wanted to do, where you were trying to go. That a lot of you were kind of facing these dark nights of the soul moments where it was just like, I don't know what's happening. I feel very confused, and looking outward at other people and other people's successes and being kind of frustrated by that, which is not really a very Leo kind of thing to do, right? Aquarians can get like that. Like, we can get frustrated and start comparing ourselves to other people's progress a lot, because we feel like we have the weight of the world on our shoulders and yada, 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 blah, blah, blah. But, you know, Leos don't really get like that because y'all have so much going on right in front of you, right? So now we have the Temperance card here. Hanged Man. Yeah, so I feel like a lot of you are leaving behind this energy of feeling like you were in suspension. You were literally in suspension. Like, you were held up by XYZ, and you had to be there. You had to be here to learn the lessons. You had to be here to get clarity, right? I mean, in the original Rider-Waite, the Hangman's very, you know, obviously has his halo around him, and so he's kind of has like a yellow visor, yellow visor on. But you had to learn how to see things differently, right? You had to sit on your hands for a minute and learn how to see things a bit differently. But now I feel that a lot of you definitely have got some really positive ideas. There's a lot of activity here. There's a lot of motion happening, and there's a lot of powerful motion. And it's being backed up by the universe as well, right? Because we have Wheel of Fortune and the Temperance card. So, like I said before, we have a lot of things in Sag. Mercury going retrograde in Sag, right? So that also kind of forces us to be mindful of, to reflect over the details. Like, what are the because Mercury is also all about details. Look at Virgos, look at Geminis. Details, information, what are you bringing me? How is this information organized? How is it useful? How can it serve the productivity of my daily life or my work, right? If it doesn't, get it out of here, right? And so Mercury going retrograde in Sagittarius, just being very mindful of, in your 5th house, being very mindful of whatever creative projects that you have going on. Be very mindful about how you communicate those projects, or like your intentions behind those projects, like just being very sort of not cut off, but just being very, you know, because sometimes this energy can be good. Sometimes we got to play this energy. Sometimes we got to embody this energy so as not to lose face, right? Like, sometimes you got to say face. It's okay. Like, sometimes you have to play your hand right, because you can't allow other people to actually know what's really going on. Like, it's good to be vulnerable, and there are moments where you actually kind of have to, like, let people know, like, no, you are not going to breach this wall that I've created right now. Because I'm protecting whatever it is that I have back here behind me with this wall. So I do feel really positive changes happening, especially at work. I feel that a lot of you are definitely looking into entering into or driving forward in positions where you are, maybe you're opening a company, maybe you're trying to be self-employed, maybe, you know, you are being promoted to a position at your job where you are like the top dog. Like, there's a lot of drive towards success right now, right? And I feel like it's definitely being watched over. Like, there's definitely some everything's always being watched over, and everything is always in divine timing. But I do feel that there's some special oomph being given to you right now, as in, like, this is your time, go and get it. And it could be a Sagittarius that really helps you make these moves happen. There's a lot of fire here. There's a lot of fire here. I'm not really getting too much on the relationship sector right now. I'm not getting too much regarding, like, relationships or, like, where you all are at with that. I feel that a lot of you are very, very focused on sort of moving forward with, like, plans, moving forward with aspirations and dreams, moving forward with things that you've wanted to do for a really long time, and really envisioning and seeing the victory, really envisioning and seeing you like become victorious with this thing. So let's pull an outcome card for Leo. Yeah, like, and I feel like if you're watching, cross-watching for a Leo, they're very focused right now on maintaining and garnering or harnessing, maintaining and harnessing their creative power, because they have some plans right now. They have things that they're trying to figure out and work out that they're going forward with, that they may not even told you about, because like I said before, there's this kind of poker face going on where they're like, no, I'm cool, I ain't got nothing going on. But there's like obviously like these huge ambitions that are happening and occurring underneath, right, that disguise. So let's pull an outcome card for Leo for December 2017. Outcome for Leo for December 2017. Outcome for Leo. The Lovers. Okay. All right. So I do feel that, yeah, there are definitely, you know, if there's a relationship situation, I think this is also, okay, this is choices. This is kind of also going to boil down to choices. So I feel that a lot of you in the midst of really trying to go forth and really trying to pursue whatever this represents for any one of you, right? It doesn't have to just be work, you know, it could be, you know, your passion, whatever, like, it could be, there's something that you all are really driven to succeed in right now, in your personal life. And it could be work, it could be a hobby, it could be something, but there's something that you all are really trying to, like, go for. And that can kind of leave you with choices, right? Like, if you are in a relationship and you're sort of recognizing that a lot of my energy is being driven, right? That you're finding yourself here. And meanwhile, your partner's back behind you like, hello. And you're like, I'm trying to like envision my future right now. Like, don't, I'm trying to envision my future right now. Don't, you know, don't bug me. Don't bother me. Right. And that you're not trying to come off as unavailable or closed off, but you're just really trying to allow the energies within you to marinate and to harness and to grow and to lead you to this victory, right? This change of fortune, this change of what you've been experiencing, right? But we also have the Temperance card here at the end, which has kind of was like, but now we have all this movement, and then here is like patience and taking one's time and really synergizing energies and really taking the time to allow things to sort of manifest, right? And so I do feel that there is, for some of you, going to be a choice between what do I love more, right? And it doesn't have to be between this and another person, right? This in a relationship, your career in a relationship, but it could be between two careers, or it could be between two passions. Like, there are two loves that you're dealing with. There are two situations that you're dealing with that you are very deeply emotionally invested and involved in. And it's like you're realizing, I can't, with the chariot has to pick a direction and go for it. The chariot can't split itself in two. It has to pick a direction, and it has to go forth in that direction. And it has to be willing to leave something behind in a very kind of pragmatic sense, right? But with this also speaks of emotional investment, which sometimes when we have that, the logic and the reasoning can go out the window. So I do feel that at the end of the month, going into the new year, a lot of you are going to be faced with choices. Because we have the Lovers here, and the Lovers is about choices. So choices between two things that you love very much. Two things that you want to see succeed, but you know that you either are going to have to put that on the back burner for now and go forth and succeed in this other thing, or you're going to have to completely cut one thing off and just full steam ahead, right? But you'll know, right? You'll know which is the right thing to do. Like, I think you have these two cups here, and you're recognizing, like, okay, I'm going to try and see if I can meld these two parts of my life together. But if it doesn't work out, I'm going to have to make a choice. All right, Leo, so that's your reading for December 2017. I hope you guys have a great holiday and Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Happy Hanukkah, all of the above. And I will see you all in January for the new year. All right.